Hi, welcome to day 77. We've made a V-shaped recovery since we last streamed. Well, we were kind of on our way up at this moment. I had this essentially drawn, and I mean, this uptrend has been maintaining itself quite strongly, so, it's a good thing that it went up. It's just a bad thing that I entered a short position here and got completely destroyed. On all of my positions, I entered like 3 short positions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and something else. Hi, Bradley. Let me check if I have... Yeah, okay, so there we go. 3 losses in a row. We'll go review that. We'll write it down. It's whatever, though. I've entered an actual trade on my main account right over here. So let me just briefly explain what is going on. You can kind of see what I have over here. Ignore this yellow squiggle. It'll make sense when I zoom in. First, I want to adjust this super trend line at 61,018.22. So from here, we are maintaining ourselves, because we flipped to an uptrend right over here. My previous position seems to be over here. So I'll zoom in and we'll review what exactly happened. So this is my idea, is at that time, we did have a red super trend, indicating that we were still supposed to be headed to the downside. I wasn't expecting this to, be strong enough to maintain a lift towards the upside, which turns out it did. So good for that, I guess. And that's continuing till now, which is where I entered a position already on my main account. And that's looking really good so far. We're about halfway there to our profit. Now, going back to this one, unfortunately, was a loss and a lot more risk as well. So, yeah. I have to write this one down eventually. It didn't break towards the downside. Instead, it just continued to the upside, bounced off of this level, and then broke out upwards. And today we had a massive surge in the price. I don't know why I have a volume weighted average price enabled. I don't use it. Just wanted to see what it did. So I could delete this for now. Let's go also review, well, oh yeah, I do have trigger orders. That's different. Let's review what Ethereum has been doing. Same kind of deal. We had 3 moving averages headed to the downside, but turns out it decided to go upwards instead. That's what the stop loss is for. So we accept the loss there. The trend here on Ethereum seems a bit different. Hold on. So we did already flip positive. Let me just adjust this one to 2383.51, and it has to be green. So like that. And we're breaking out of this downtrend at the moment, it seems like, which was configured by these 2 points right over here. Bounced off over here a couple times as well, and we broke through it just a little bit where we're struggling to break through. I think I'm expecting this indeed to continue to the upside now going forward, even now that we have the configuration all set for the super trend to be pushing towards the upside. So we're expecting higher highs, higher lows. Same thing goes with Solana. I don't think I entered Solana, did I? What did I enter? It was probably Binance. Yeah, it was Binance. Okay, so Solana, not too much to change here, other than the fact that we're no longer in a downtrend. So I'll switch this to 141, I'm assuming, 7.5. Why is this moving? Okay, well, anyways, that's the point. And it's right on the Fibonacci line, which I kind of like. And we're also at the decision of whether or not we will break this downtrend to confirm a further push upwards. If we do flip green in the 4-hour charts super trend, which we'll have to confirm a 151 breakout, then, it's to the moon from there. Binance, it's also technically still bearish in the 4-hour chart, but in the 1-hour chart, things are starting to flip around. This might signal an early trigger for reversal in the trend, which means we can start going higher. But we are currently at this high point. I'm not going to adjust this, but you get the idea, right? Like, we could practically bounce back down from here, or we can break out of this line, and if we do, it's going to be pretty large. So that's what I'm expecting, at least. In the meantime, I'll adjust this to 564.8432, and so you can already see the trade there. Here, yeah, technically the same thing. It went up first. It never went down enough for what we needed for our profit. Everything in tandem moved to the upside, which is why I think it's probably just better if I only enter 1 position and not 3. But I probably wouldn't be saying that if all three of those did hit a take profit. I would be crying with joy by that time. But no, that's apparently not the case. Whatever, I think I'll just stick with one trade at a time kind of deal. SUI has also been up a lot. 12% up today, and it's at $2.04. I kind of wanted it to... I mean, this would have been a great spot to at least DCA a little bit in, considering this was its all-time high level. This is the all-time high level on the red line, but we peaked at almost that level, and we're going to search for that zone again to see if we do manage to break out and upwards for SUI. But I would have liked to have DC8 in here. I just didn't have this Fibonacci configured last night. But we did flip green, it seems like, here. I'm going to change this to 1.8978 for now. Right now, let me check the 5-minute chart. We're swinging to the downside. I don't know if we'll be able to maintain this up momentum. It's already up like a good 12% today. So to continue the upside, I think we might have a correction first before we actually do continue upwards for this one. We do have a nice support zone over here. The uptrend still prevails. There was another uptrend that was broken, but you know, we're still continuing with the bigger long-term uptrend, so that's technically a good thing. This is what I have configured for SUI. This low right over here to the maximum levels that we see, almost max. Like all-time high zone was like up here back in March, yeah. And we're almost back at there, which is really interesting. It should give you a bit of an indication on how much potential SUI has to continue growing this altcoin season, which would be interesting to see. I'm definitely planning as much as I can to prepare some positions in here, because I'm liking the project of SUI so far, and might even become a serious competitor to Solana. So we'll see how that plays out. Let me go back to this thing. Oh yeah, so back to this current trade that I'm in. This is on my main account. I kind of projected what was going to happen, and I kind of projected it correctly. And I drew this line at 3 p.m. pretty much. I was assuming, okay, we're probably going to have a drop, bounce off of this uptrend, and then we will be able to enter. And I did have this like set over here or something like that. So it did take a while, but we actually did follow pretty much exactly that, and now I'm expecting this to be the scenario, which I hope is correct. If it is, then I've just predicted the future and I'm a genius. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's very, very likely. I'm liking how this is looking because my profit is right below this downtrend, which if I zoom out, what is this downtrend from? Okay, it's not even that valid. I think this one would be broken pretty easily. We would mainly have to worry about this downtrend or this fib zone right over here at 64,300. Once we do break out through the 64,300, I do have some analysis to share about that as well. Then that confirms the bull cycle is back. Well, the bull run is back, and we should continue seeing higher highs from there. Right now, it's very, very sharp, though. Like, this pointed to the upside. I think we might have a larger correction still before we actually do take off. Correction just meaning like, okay, we're still going to keep an uptrend. We might drop to like 61,000. But, I mean, from there, I think that's it. Like, to give us a higher movement, I think it's definitely possible. Could this have been the bottom of this month? I'm starting to think so now. I don't know. It's still October 11th, so we still got time to see. October has 31 days, so yeah, 20 more days. Anything can literally happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Dropping back over here. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Well, we'll see how this plays out. It's been a while. Like, I entered this at 8:20, so about an hour ago. This trade has been active for an hour, and I'm liking the configuration so far. I will not be using trailing stop this time because it screwed me over last time, but I will just keep the take profit there. And it's just using 1 to 2. We'll keep it conservative for now. Okay, let's, how about we go review some news, because I'm a news channel now. Yesterday night, I completely missed this news, or to cover it. Well, it wasn't live at the time, but there should have been at least a notification that this Tesla event was going to happen, where they revealed a new car, the Robotaxi. It's basically a self-driving car, and it'll be it's pretty cool. Like I saw some footage of people, driving inside it and everything. And there's like no steering wheel. It just drives you to whatever destination you choose. And their goal, their idea is, yes, like this will eventually replace all cars. You won't need to, not everybody will need a car anymore, so you don't have to pay for like parking. It would give us the space that we need in like major cities and everything to, I don't know, put parks or something else that's useful, right? Instead of land space being consumed for parking, right? For regular parking. Now, not everybody was on board with it, of course, because people are saying, oh, I don't want to lose my privilege to drive, right? But I think it's just going to be an optional thing for people who don't want to drive, maybe like me. I don't really like driving. This looks like a great solution, but for people who are obsessed with cars, obsessed with driving, they probably don't really care too much about this kind of stuff. So whatever. I mean, it like I said, it should be an optional thing. And I think one day we will live in an environment where both are possible. You'll see people manually driving cars and other people who are just in self-driving cars. It's cool. It's really cool. Here's another thing that they've officially revealed was Optimus. It's this human-looking robot that can do things like, I don't know, you can see here, it's playing board games, it was watering your plants, it was carrying groceries, cleaning the house. It could basically replace a woman. That's crazy. And he's also giving out drinks, and it's going to cost like $20,000 to $30,000 approximately, is what Elon Musk said about the robot. So interesting stuff. Like we're getting closer and closer to robots. That's just a cool thing, but I don't know how dangerous it's going to be if they're going to suddenly develop a conscious mind. We're going to have iRobot, basically IRL again. We'll see how it goes though. Here's a big recap of it all. So we're getting a Cybercab, the car that I showed at the beginning. It's also going to cost around $30,000. It would operate about, the operating cost of it would be 20 cents per mile. It will have robotic cleaning and wireless charging. We'll be able to make money for people on its own, and it's in production before 2027 is the expected date. Okay. Like the idea of this is, okay, you buy a Cybercab, right? And you just let it drive for you. It will basically replace an Uber, I guess, where people can pay for your car to, I guess, ride around in it. Let it give the people a ride to wherever destination they need, and you make money off of that. You're basically being a taxi driver without actually driving a car. As long as you own the Cybercab, right, I guess the money will go to you. It would be pretty cool. There's the Optimus robot, also costing around $20,000 to $30,000. Will be used to complete tasks and chores, can talk like humans and move like humans. It should be expected to be ready by 2025. That's pretty close. That's like next year. No, that's like 3 months from now, probably. Interesting. Robovan is also coming out, which is this goofy little thing right over here. I guess it's supposed to replace public transportation, like a bus. It can transport up to 20 people. Can also be used to transport goods. There's no current timeline for this though, but looks interesting nonetheless. I think I should show more stuff. Here's like the robot. And here's Elon Musk climbing into that Cybercab. I like the way it opens the doors as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, here's more footage of it. People just... It's basically like a train, right? Because trains are practically autonomous like this, right? Opens its doors, lets people get in and out at any specific station. Like a train on the streets, right? It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see that. Okay, that's all. That's all we have for this. Oh, we also have one more interesting clip to show of... Here's a slow-mo version of a Tesla avoiding a pedestrian. You see that pedestrian just... I don't know how well I can show you this. You see this pedestrian right over here. And here's the Tesla, by the way. He's tripping and falling. The Tesla, apparently, they're claiming it's automated to avoid hitting a person and would rather collide with a vehicle. You'll see that it actually crashes with a vehicle instead of hitting the person. Apparently, this has been debunked, though it's not real stuff. According to the community notes, Tesla did not veer by itself. It happened in Romania. The pedestrian tripped and fell on the roadside, and the driver in the white Tesla specifically mentioned in interviews that she pulled hard to the left. So it had nothing to do with an autonomous safety feature. But I do feel like this will still be implemented in the future, because this video has been circulating around Twitter just recently, now that this whole cybercab thing is very popular. So yeah, it's not an actual thing, but it's, I mean, you get the idea. This is basically the future. It would rather crash into another vehicle rather than run over a human, right? That would be something interesting to see implemented in the future. What else do we got? So people being impacted by hurricanes Helene or Milton, in North Carolina, Florida, big hurricanes going on, or that went on. Elon Musk is now extending the free period even through the end of the year for those affected by the hurricanes. It was originally just for 1 month that people could use Starlink for free service, etc., in response to the recovery efforts. But now Elon Musk is extending that till the end of the year for people impacted by those hurricanes, which is a good thing. Elon Musk, good. Bradley says Volkswagen can detect when you are unconscious and will put your hazards on and stop the car off the road. Yeah, see, safety features like that would be pretty cool. I haven't heard about that one, though. But yeah, stuff like that, like, it's definitely the future. So probably don't even have to get my license by this point. What else we have? Speaking of Elon Musk, he claims that Joe Rogan will interview Donald Trump. Imagine Donald Trump on a Joe Rogan podcast. That would be massive, massive, massive. I'm pretty sure he did mention, like, before, like, he didn't really want to have Trump on his podcast. Because he was more voting for, like, the independent party, like RFK Jr. But then after RFK dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump fully, from there, people were like, okay, now maybe Joe Rogan might have Donald Trump on the podcast. That was something that happened months ago. When RFK initially dropped out of the race. From there, we haven't heard anything about that. And then this topic just got brought up again. Like, is Donald Trump going to go on the Joe Rogan podcast? Elon Musk is basically claiming, yeah, like, it's highly likely that he will go on Joe Rogan's podcast, right? We have less than a month for elections, so yeah, it would be a pretty big move if Trump does that. All right. Speaking of Trump as well, he had a rally in Colorado, and look at this line of people. Like, you can't even lie. There's just so many people who are likely to vote Trump, of course, or else why would they be here? But yeah, no, like, Trump's popularity is out of this world. You can even see, like, here inside of the building, a large amount of people. And even Kamala Harris is also, worried about losing Colorado after Trump announces Operation Aurora. I don't know exactly what that is, so I'll have to look it up. But yeah, it's still really, really good, and yeah, good for Trump, I guess, right? Even in the polls, in Poly Market, he's very far up in the lead still. So, maintaining that momentum, if he does keep it this way till elections, then sure, yeah, possible landslide victory. And it's also smart of him for refusing to debate Kamala Harris again, now that Kamala Harris is desperately, like, going on many news media outlets, doing more interviews than way before. Like, I feel like she's been procrastinating this whole time. Operation Aura. Okay, Bradley. And yeah, now it seems like Kamala Harris is desperate. She wants to debate Trump again. And now Trump is like, no, she's only wanting to debate because she's losing and she knows it, so I'm not going to do it, which is a smart move, in my opinion. He should just keep doing rallies safely and also doing, any interviews that he can. He did a lot of famous interviews with famous people. Well, he did a lot of interviews or podcasts, I guess, with famous people. Like, he's been on more podcasts than ever before. And yeah, like, Joe Rogan could be the cherry on top, so that would be very, very cool. Even the Hungary Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, says he will celebrate with bottles of champagne if Donald Trump wins the US election, so incredibly based. on the other hand, Jim Cramer, uh, we all know who this guy is. He's predicting Kamala Harris will win the presidential election. He said that I don't see how he wins. He's talking about Trump. I don't see how Trump wins this election. And if you know him well, then you know you do whatever this guy says, the opposite of what he says, right? Because he's always wrong in any prediction. He's like a stock market analyst. He says, oh, this stock is going to go up, and it just goes down. Or like, oh, now's a good time to buy the stock, and it just goes down. Or this, if he goes bearish on Bitcoin, Bitcoin will immediately spike up in price, right? It's just reverse psychology with this guy. So now he's saying Kamala Harris will win. We all know that everybody's celebrating that Trump is going to win, basically. That's the meme. All right. I did mention this yesterday, but not this specific part because I didn't watch Kamala Harris go on Univision, this Latin news broadcast system, and they actually broadcasted like her angle, her view of it, and of course you can see the teleprompter there at the town hall, and like she's just not a genuine person, right? For doing this, and they immediately turn it off once they realize, oh wait, we're not supposed to show this to the world, and you can just clearly see the teleprompter there. She's just reading this, right? I even saw another video as well. I didn't include it here, but you can see a lady asking a question from the audience, and there's another woman behind her to her left, and while Kamala is like giving her very scripted answer, the lady behind the other lady that was asking the question, she was just like in the background. She was literally mouthing the exact same words that Kamala Harris was saying, like before she even said it, because it's like she already knew the script kind of deal. Like, oh yeah, this, like she already knew exactly what she was gonna say. I don't know. Just goes to show how scripted she is. It's just not really her doing the stuff. Here's more news. Dozens of people are actively looting and breaking into a cargo train in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, this is Kamala's America. There you go. Here's just something weird as well that I saw earlier this morning. So the co-founder of Ripple, Chris Larson, he donates $1 million in Ripple to Kamala Harris's campaign. Now, why would you do that, buddy? Because first of all, okay, Kamala Harris, let me just explain. She will likely promote Gary Gensler, who is currently head of the Securities Exchange Commission, to a better position, right? Well, sure. But this guy, Gary Gensler, is not a guy that we in the crypto industry like. Why? Because he's always like filing lawsuits against crypto projects, and especially Ripple. Ripple is the biggest lawsuit that they have, and they just appealed their case again and reopened it. And the co-founder of this company, of Ripple, is donating to Kamala Harris's campaign, who, she will promote Gary Gensler, the guy who keeps, getting into lawsuits with his company. Like, what are you doing, right? Donald Trump would just do the absolute opposite. He will fire Gary Gensler on day one, and of course just expand the economy, like a big economic expansion, lowering taxes, reducing regulations, which would allow mainly crypto projects as well as the stock market in general to rise in value. So I don't know what's wrong with these people. Anyway, here's just some more analysis as well. Oh, this is not looking good, is it? Oh, it's looking fine. Sorry. So according to Crypto Ferris, this is what he had planned. And I did show this kind of analysis before, where I did also agree the fact that, okay, we might have a drop before we actually start taking off. Now, we did have a drop just yesterday, but apparently he's saying that there is going to be a lower drop, but that doesn't already follow the current trend because we just made a V-shaped recovery from the drop at 58,900, right? We're currently at 62,800. Massive recovery today, right? Over 5%. It just dropped a little bit today, but yeah, it was practically 5% recovery. Now, he's saying if we can flip the 64.8K area, then the bulls will be in control again. If not, then he's looking for 57,000 first, and then a rally following that, which I can sure agree with that. To do this, though, we do have to break out of this zone, is what he's saying that I have drawn here, right? 65,000 to 64,300. it's never an exact zone, but I use these psychological levels and Fibonacci levels to try to get an idea of where we can see any reversals or breaks in the trend, right? So looks like we're seeing this over here. If we do break out of this zone, then we're done. We're good. We're up. We'll go upwards from here. If not, then we'll spike down to, he's saying 57,000, which I would estimate would be around this uptrend line that we have drawn from a longer term point of view. Right around this zone, right? If we do see a drop, we're likely to see it around here, 57,000. And then from there, I think that would probably be our last shakeout, and we'll be going higher from there, because I think it's been too long already. There's just so many fundamentals that are supporting the growth of Bitcoin. Q4 will be very bullish. Elections are coming up. FTX repayments are coming. There's still so many reasons why, like even cyclically, historically speaking, this is the time where it all goes up. So that's what we're all expecting at this moment. What else we have? Oh, it's also bullish. Low funding rates on Bitcoin indicate overly bearish sentiment, sometimes leading to strong price reversals. If you don't know what this means, I'll teach you after I drink some water. One sec. Okay. So the low funding rates, I've mentioned this over here. You can see the funding rate is right there. If it's like low or even negative, sometimes this will be negative. It's basically something, a little fee you get charged, depending if you're in a long position or in a short position. Every 8 hours is what it does, at least on this exchange, on BingX. You will get charged 0.0098% of any open position, any open long position that you have. This is for Bitcoin specifically. It changes with every different coin. You don't see this on this account right over here because it's a demo account, but it would show up like right over here after your trading fee. Your trading fee is like anything you open or close, you will get charged a fee for that. It's this specific derivative, standard futures, it will only charge you when you open a position, a commission fee, right? Based on your total position size. My total position size is 1,500. I really don't want to do the math right now, but it's like 0.0 something percent of your total position size. That's what you'll get charged over here. And that's what you consistently see. It's the exact same number for all of my open positions currently, because I've always put $1,500. I put 500 times 3 leverage. So that's $1,500. Now, the funding fee, it says 0 over here, but that's because, like I said, it's on a demo account. If this was real money, you'll see these rack up little by little. These would probably be, because of the amount of time I had it open since like September 1, September 5, September 6, August 30, these would probably be like maybe $5 by now, right? I would just estimate that. Because every 8 hours, you would get charged a very, very small percentage that gets added on to that. Now, if you were shorting your Bitcoin position, people who are doing long positions like I am would have to pay the people who are doing short positions, because the overwhelming majority right now is bullish long, right? There was a point when there was a majority of people doing short positions where I don't remember if it was exactly on Bitcoin though, but I've experienced it myself. The funding rate was negative, like negative whatever percentage, meaning that those people were paying me those commissions instead if I had a long position, which was interesting. Now that kind of thing did happen yesterday, just a little bit though, when we reached 58,900. We did see that, and that's what this post is explaining. Any low funding rate or any negative funding rate on Bitcoin, it means it's overly bearish. Once that flips to bullish, a lot of shorts will be liquidated. I can show what I have over here, liquidating shorts. I have it over here. The liquidation heat map. We're expecting billions to be liquidated. Okay, here, for example, it's just 63 million at 64,000 almost, right? Before we reach 64,000. I have to like extend this probably 3 months so I could see where 70,000 zone is. We're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars, right? All of this stuff combined. This is $200 million here at 67,000 approximately. Millions of dollars. Of course, these would all total to billions. And this is only showing me for Binance, right? There's many other exchanges that there are as well. So we call this a short squeeze, where the buy pressure is so strong, these shorts get liquidated. When you liquidate a short, when you force close a short position, people who are selling, they would have to rebuy in order to close their position, right? And that buy pressure will just keep on accumulating and accumulating as more people fall under this short squeeze, what we call it, which will just spike the price up so much higher until we don't see this kind of stuff happening anymore. And the biggest one, of course, is in the 70,000 zone, because think of it, if you were shorting Bitcoin right now, where would you put your liquidation price? Probably around 70,000, because the odds of Bitcoin reaching 70,000 are not that high, or not that frequent, right? We haven't seen it in a very long time, since, what is this, 28th of July. We haven't seen 70,000. So the more people that put that there, the more shorts we will liquidate, and the larger the breakout will be, is essentially the motive of the story, I guess. Cool. We have more economic data that came out today. Canada experienced, well, this is separate, but it's just an interesting piece of data which we gotta get rid of. There's a historic net migration of 1.19 million people in Canada in 2024. In the year leading up to mid-2024, Canada saw a net migration of approximately 1.19 million people, marking the largest peacetime influx of migrants relative to its population size in world history. There's too much immigration, in my opinion, and we gotta regulate that or reduce it. What else we got? Canada's economy also added 46,700 jobs last month. Economists expected only 29,800. So that's pretty much almost double what we were expecting. And of course, Justin Trudeau went out to brag about that. But I still don't have a job, so I don't know what they're talking about. Here's something as well. For US economic data, we had core CPI inflation yesterday. It's still pretty high, and it's rising the first time in the 18 months. It wasn't as low as we would expect, right? The inflation data this is. Today we had headline PPI inflation is rising for the first time since June as well. Last month's PPI inflation number was revised higher. The core PPI inflation is now up for 2 straight months. This is for the producers' price index. Last month's core PPI inflation numbers was revised higher. So why are the feds declaring victory against inflation? They're thinking still of maintaining the interest rates where they are. If inflation is still technically a thing, like it's still kind of high. The data is a bit mixed up in that sense, but I do feel like this would scream we need a rate cut, right, to reduce this effect on the economy. Anyways, that's all. I can delete this. I don't need it. All right. What else we got? That's all. All right. What time is it? It's 33 minutes I've streamed. Okay, cool. Now I don't know what to do with my life. Yeah, this trade is going nice. What do we have for Ethereum? Do we have any entries in Ethereum? I'd like to enter something on this account. I feel like I'm too late, though. I'm definitely too late. I should have entered, like, over here. Although in the grand scheme of things, you know what? I'm just going to zoom out over here. I don't like this either. I could use this low as a possible if we are swinging to the upside. I'll do it. I'll do it on Ethereum. Ethereum's not that volatile though. Where would I need my? What is this? 1602. Okay, that is nothing. Let me just pull out a calculator. 243323 minus 1602. Is that what I said? I forgot. Yeah, 1602. So it's 2417, that should be my stop. Pretty far. Even though it seemed like such a tiny number, I keep forgetting this is Ethereum's numbers, so it's going to be less. We're expecting Ethereum 2,500. Possible? Yeah, possible. And if not, we'll hit a stop loss, which that's what it's there for, so we'll allow it. I need this. I'm going to open a long position on here. Too much leverage. 102 risk. I don't think... Okay, hold on. No, before I do this, I have to write this stuff down. all my losses because that has not been updated yet, and I have to get an update on what my current balance is. So we entered Ethereum yesterday, October 10, entered at price 2,384 and closed at 2,393. It was a short position, so of course if the price goes up, we lose money. We lost $100, 32 cents, and we paid $11 in commission. Why $11? Anyways, stop loss triggered. That's one of three. We also lost on Bitcoin. 10, 10. Open Bitcoin at 60,132, expecting it to drop, but it did not drop. Instead, it increased to 60,400. And that hit our stop loss, losing us $100.38 and paying $9.81 in commissions, hitting our stop loss there. Last trade we did yesterday was in Binance. We pay... Oh, it actually closed today. Took a while longer, it seems like. Opened at 561, expecting it to drop, but it rose to 565. So we lost $103.15 and paid $6 in commission, hitting stop loss there. That's updated. Wow, that was the fastest I've probably ever updated one of those. Okay, back to this. This has dropped, which is good in the meantime. So, okay, yeah, what was my current balance? It was 9,800. Okay, so $98 is what I'm risking here, which is exactly what we see. So we'll go long because our strat tells us to do so. Where did it go? Here it is. Okay, so current entry price, average open price, 2,443.95. So this changes the amount of ticks in the distance to our stop loss. What I'll do is I'll multiply that stop loss tick by 2 so I can get the stop loss level. That would give us a risk reward ratio perfectly 1 to 2, which is just under 2,500. It's 2,497. So that's excellent. I'll add that here. And that's going to be the only position I open. We make 194 if that hits profit. And yeah, I'm leaving that there. It's already up $2. Should I close the position? No, definitely not. Yeah, because I'm expecting a breakout from this downtrend. We technically did break it, right? Where is this drawn from? From here. Looking at it from this angle, like I was to grab another downtrend. Yeah, it would look something like this, right? Bounced off of here, bounced off of here. Broke out of it just here. We're bouncing off of it before we actually take off. That would be the optimal scenario, something like this. Oh, actually, it's as long as it doesn't hit my stop loss, of course, first. But yeah, something like this would be what I'm expecting at least, because usually when I enter a trade, it just goes against me for a while, but that's normal. That's to be expected, and that's just part of it, and I've got to accept it and learn to live with it. What else we got? Alright, this is dropping. It's okay. This one's on my main account. I'll let you guys how it goes tomorrow. If I remember. Or if I am even streaming tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll probably stream. Okay. Then, yeah, that's it then. Cool. Let me just, before I actually end everything off, I want to confirm what has been going up, what has been going down. Yesterday was pretty neutral day. Like, some coins were up 5%, other coins were down 5%, maximum, right? Maybe 1 or 2 were going up a lot. First Nero on Ethereum is up 24%. I never heard of this. It's number 76, okay. And it's not even worth a penny. Is this a meme coin or what? First Nero on Ethereum price today. Okay, we updated Nero and price of return. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Meme tokens. Okay, it is a meme coin. Nero, and it's, I'm assuming it's just a dog. Yeah, it's just a dog. All right, cool. I don't know why you guys want to buy that, but sure, be my guest. What has been top? Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. No, we don't care about NFTs in 2024. Okay, Athena's up 27%. That's pretty cool. Number 72 here. 34 cents. It rose from 27 cents to 34 in just 24 hours. Face melting gains. Nero's the second one. These are meme coins. They're all meme coins. Mog, Popcat, Dog with Hat, Beam. Okay. And then we got WorldCoin. Sui is also up a lot, which makes me smile, but not smile at the fact that I didn't enter it on time. I should have entered it. at the Fibonacci level that I had drawn. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. Here. Once this happened, I should have entered, because that's what I have this here. But I drew this after, of course, it has already risen, right? So, in price. Oh, well, maybe next time I'll get him. Because, you know, when crypto drops, it drops hard, right? So, I'm not too concerned about FOMOing in at this moment. We gotta expect some terrible news to happen, and then, you know, that's your chance to buy. It's risen to 18th place, by the way. So this is like climbing up in market caps. Last time we checked, it was top 20. Now it's reached 18. So it's gonna be something this cycle. I know that for sure. I'm interested. Celestia is also up 9%. Optimism 10%. Avalanche 8%. Jupiter 8%. Also a decentralized exchange. Caspa, Theta, Pepe. Pepe has not been moving too much, but okay, 8% is still fine. Cool. I'm expecting drops on Pepe too, so I can buy more. It's at 0.10, basically. I read this like ignoring the 4 zeros first. Okay, now it's 99, just dropped. But yeah. Render, I don't like Render. But I know Render is a good project. It has to do with AI, so AI will be... It's still kind of popular, right? You know, things like NVIDIA, AMD, TSM, and other like semiconductors, microchip companies, they still got potential to grow. So Render might follow, and so will Near Protocol, if it even is on this list. It's not. Top losers today is Uniswap and Monero. I remember Uniswap did have a big day yesterday, so it makes sense that they just have a correction today. Like this is the rise from October 10, yeah. So this is the rise from yesterday. And then today it's just taking a breather from this rise. I don't know why Uniswap rose yesterday. I don't think it tells me any real reason. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. Okay, whatever. Good to know, though, how the rest of the stuff are doing. Biggest winner today, Athena, 27%. Crazy stuff. Okay, that's all. I will end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. And take care.